Oh, that's a lot of flashy lights. What's up, friends? It's Clever Trev here. And today we're going to play Dreams again. And I'm working on a figure skating simulator that I've been working on for quite a while now. It started off as like a ballerina, but it kind of evolved into figure skating. And I'm going to kind of be teaching you, I'm just going to show you it first, but I'm going to be covering how to rig your own cameras and lights and have it follow the character. So this is my figure skater that I've created. Right now I'm controlling it with my DualShock, and I've got a bunch of different keyframes changed to give it different controls. And the music that you're hearing is one of my original songs that I recorded through this headset right here one day, a couple weeks ago. So before I really get into how a figure skater works, I'll get into that later. I've rigged it up to be a figure skater and look like it's skating around. I still need to obviously give it skates and it's a female. She'll have some hair and some other cool stuff. Before we get too far into that, let's kind of take a step back here. So what I'm kind of going for in this certain stream tonight is how to set up cameras and how to have them follow the figure skater around, so it's almost like you're watching it on TV and you got the camera following it, and it'll switch to a different camera, maybe a really close camera of the figure skater. It'll automatically switch around to different cameras. Plus also, instead of just having general lighting here, how it's just lit, there's nothing special, I'm going to have spotlights actually following your character around. So it'll be a lot darker in the arena, but the spotlight will be lighting up the puppet figure skater. So we'll get back to that in a sec, but first we got to import our following camera and our following spotlight. And just to show you where this idea originated, this was my first test. And as you can see, the camera, if we possess this puppet, the camera kind of follows it around. This is an early test. It looks really glitchy because it is. All I was trying to do was just figure it out. So we can actually call it delete camera follow because I knew I'd delete it eventually. Let's actually just delete that right now. And then, so once I knew how to actually do it and worked out the kinks, wow, I didn't delete it. Weird. All right, whatever. This is my second demo, and now you can see what we're going for. So we're essentially going to kind of import this into that figure skating level and then do a bunch of different camera angles. And right now I just have two different spotlights. You can see we got a green spotlight and a purple spotlight. Let me get my chat set up here. Sorry about that. Neglecting that. So eventually imagine this is the figure skater and you're skating, and this is maybe one camera view, but eventually it'll switch camera views to like a closer view, opposite side of the ice. So we're going to pretty much start editing this once I get my stream set up. Apologize for that. Let's just play it one more time while I'm setting this up. I always like to do the pop-out chat on my laptop. Oops, he fell off. So it probably won't be purple and green. That's just kind of, I just picked two opposite colors just to, alright, I'm going to test out. Sorry, I'm distracted right now, but pretty soon I'll give you my full attention. Alright. Here we go. So, we're going to go back to edit mode, and I'm pretty confident with what we have right there as far as taking this. Okay, so everything is hidden kind of right now, so we got to go to, oops, show and hide. We got to preview invisibility, and I always like to do X-ray. And this is the original one, and let's break this down a little bit before I go too much further. So when we first started, all these cameras are going to look at this character, okay? And why, you ask? Well, it's because in this group here, let's just focus on this one here. It's got a block, it's got a camera, and then it's got a look at rotator. And essentially how I built this is first I made the block, and then I slapped a look at rotator on it and surface snapped it. Make sure you do it with the camera too. As you're this is really important. As you're placing the camera, you have to surface snap it when you place it. If you do it afterwards, it seems to glitch out and it doesn't work. So just do it beforehand. As soon as you slap the camera, you're surface snapping, and then it's going to be locked in for good. So anytime I move this, everything's connected. So now that we've got that all on, the other thing you got to do is at this, if you've never used a look at rotator, I tagged A, so I typed this in manually, and the reason I did that is because if we scope into our puppet here, this thing on the head, that is what you call a tag, which is in the gadgets. And sorry if you already know this, I'll get over this pretty quick here. Here's a tag, so I've essentially put a tag on my puppet, and I named it A, and then this look at rotator is also named A, which means it's going to look at anything labeled A, so the puppet, and it's connected to the block, so the block rotates, and because it's all connected as well to the camera, you've got a camera that's going to look at your dude. So then the same premise is going to go with the light. So for example over here, when we have a light, I deleted the camera and I added a light instead. So now the light is going to project and it's going to look right at the guy. So that's how you get all this. And if you like rewind it, see, it takes everything to look at it because it's kind of looking forward. I'll fix that eventually when I actually play it. But so I know I should, in order to really teach you, I'd have to do a real tutorial, which I'm just gonna. That was kind of my brief, quick explanation of what I just did there. So let's just back out. Well, no. So the next thing we're gonna do is, because I'm confident with this and it's working just pretty much how I want it to, we'll definitely be tweaking it. I'm just gonna save this as a new shape here. So wait, is that the one we started with? Yes. So when I click on this, it selects all the camera, the block, and the look at rotator, and then I go to save as new creation. And then that's just a sculpture. Could be a, let's put it as a contraption. We're going to name it following camera. Still, I guess I know what that means, but if I ever share it, I might have to want to be a little more specific, because a following camera kind of sounds like it's something that follows you around, where this just, I'm just looking at you, but whatever. So we got that, and then also I might just save this one of these spotlights. Let's pick which spotlight we like better. Probably purple one, I guess. So now we're going to save this. Let's actually make it white, just to be careful. You can always change the color. I'll probably end up tweaking it a bunch, but this is just the first one we're going to slap in, and then we'll edit it once we're in my figure skating level. So we're going to save that as new creation, and we might as well do a contraption again, and might as well do a following. Doesn't save it. Spotlight. So we got a following camera and a following spotlight. Two different things we just saved. And that's really all we needed from this. There's nothing else in here that I care about. This whole thing was just a demo to create that following light and that following spotlight. So we can just bail out of here. We'll save it. I'm not sure what I changed, but might as well keep it the same. And then now we can get into the good stuff. So you can see here we got our two new creations. So now we're going to get into Figure Skater Simulator 2019. Let's play it again one more time. So this song that's playing here, it's a song called Shame on You that I wrote. It's just a little, usually it's an electric guitar, but in this recording I use an acoustic. It should have a little more distortion. So R2, this is R2, this is L2, R1, L1, this is square, triangle, circle, and then I even have the D-pad is this, kind of random, and then the touchpad, no, I don't have that on anything. So pretty much if I could like hold R1, which all it does is just puts your arm out, but you can combine it with stuff. So I could combine R1 with L2, so now we have R1 and L2, just like I could do L1 and R2, or like I could just wave with L1, just keep tapping L1. Oh, and by the way, you can obviously tilt it. And you can jump with X. When you jump, you do kind of like a move like this, so I'm pretty proud of that. So you can jump into a L1 R1, or you can jump into a triangle, boom. So this is triangle. So you could jump, and then triangle, give it like a natural look. So it's fun. It's really fun. It's easy to just pick up and just goof around, and you can get stuck in it for a while just dancing around. It's kind of like free. I'm trying to make it really like intuitive and just easy. You can just, I could hand you the controller and you can just skate around and everything would just make sense. So what's next? We're gonna add the spotlight in the camera, but first I actually got to delete some crap. I got to delete these crazy spotlights and stuff. But that shouldn't take too long. I did add a bunch of just white lights to give us a little ambience. Maybe we'll keep those for now. Excuse me. You can actually delete maybe... What else we got here? I don't think we need this top light here. Like if we deleted this, it would give us a middle area that's pretty dark. Let's roll with that. That'll give us a good sense of contrast. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And by the way, I do still need to. All this is the figure skater right now, very basic. I found a model online of a female sculpt that I felt was pretty functional. It's got good fingers. The hands, there's really big hands, but it's the only problem. Eventually I'll give her hair and basically make her look like normal. She could be maybe not human, like an elf or like a half elf human, I don't know. That's just it for now. We'll add that eventually once we get the core mechanics down. Alright, so next we're gonna get those cameras imported and the spotlight imported. So piece of cake, you know, I'm just gonna search my creations and then following camera. Oh, weird. Cool. So we'll do the spotlight first. Actually, okay, before I import that, I'm gonna turn the grid on. I like to have the grid, at least get it started with the grid so it's like facing like a good direction. Because these very first two that we're placing, we're going to base everything off of those first two. Just going to put it back here. But not too far. And it disappeared because I have to turn on preview invisibility. Now it pops back up. So that's that. It won't work yet, but that's what we expect. We haven't set everything up yet. Let's pop them both in here. So that was a spotlight. We'll put the camera right next to it. Put you right there. Let's see, make sure these are faced the right direction. Yeah, it looks right. Okay, so the reason they aren't working right now is because when you scope into these look at rotators, they're set to look for tag A. So whatever is tagged A, they're gonna look at it. But I have yet I have yet to label our figure skater character as label A. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to turn off the guide. Let's keep it on for now. And we're going to, I'm going to go to gadgets, and then we're already in it here, but we're going to go to sensors and input. We're going to tag, and we're just going to surface snap right onto our figure skater. And then we're simply just going to label it A, because that's what it's looking for. So now if everything works all right, that spotlight didn't work. Oh, it's looking at her. Oh, I imported 2 cameras on accident. Shit, that's fine. So we'll just delete one of these. Spotlight. Oh wait. Oh, yep. Getting ahead of myself. Spotlight. There we go. That looks better. Now this should work immediately because it's already. Yep. Oh yeah. So now if we want to play it, it's already working. Oh wait, the camera's not working. Okay, I know why. So now that we have our new custom camera in, we can delete our old camera that I had just kind of temporary. What are you doing? What just happened? I don't know why this is all the way down here. Whatever. Okay, we're not working yet. Dang it, what just happened? Alright, let's rewind a few steps. Whatever. For some reason this popped back up somehow. Okay, I just deleted that whole timeline. There we go. Wow, look at this. I mean, it's needs a lot of tweaking right now, but this is exactly what I was hoping for. So we got to make it. So it's too bright, but it doesn't go long enough, and it needs more fade. So too bright, doesn't go long enough, and it needs more fade. The angles seem pretty good. We could turn it down a little bit maybe. Okay, a little less bright. Just because it's white, it's like completely. Let's give it a little bit of yellow actually. Just a little tiny bit. Still really bright. And it's definitely too big still, so just get the brightness down. Angle 6%. Fade, we can maybe turn that down a little more now. It's starting to get there. It looks weird because there's only one right now, but once we add more spotlights, it'll look a lot more natural, I think. So now the question is, do we get rid of these other lights? Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, we do, for sure. Man, sorry. So I just added these spotlights just to give us a little bit of light, but now they're kind of hard to snap onto. I think I only have 4 of them. That's easier. Maybe 5? No? I feel like the sun is getting wonky. Sun visible. What's going on here? No, no, we don't want either of those. We don't want that either. How did that happen? Okay. We're gonna go pitch black for now and see how that works. Doesn't seem pitch black. So I was tweaking the, geez, we gotta get this closer to the ground. The sun and, damn it. The sun and sky, oh my god, come on. Give me a break here. Click on it. Oh, it's shit, what did I just do? So I didn't screw this whole thing up. Oh, I did move it a little. Okay. For some reason the sun and sky is locked with, and now I lost it. So for some reason this, come on. Is it really? I can't just, okay, we're deleting that and starting over. Bye. Oh, see, there's already one over here. That's probably what was screwing me up. I don't know how we got two in there. Alright, we're turning the sky brightness all the way down. And now it should be true black. That looks more like it. Troubleshooting, baby. 101. We're just kind of testing this out here. Okay, you need more range. Or do you? It's creepy looking. So we're just gonna be doing some tweaks here. Before I start copying and pasting these spotlights, I want to make sure everything is right, which is not at this moment right. Too bright, but not long enough. Let's go 80 meters, 90. Angle, maybe a little too big. Turn the fade angle down to 50. A little more yellow, maybe. And you give her a try. Trial and error, baby. Probably gonna sound like a broken record. See, now it's looking a little better. So now let's do the same thing, but just go this way instead. See, that's where it gets a little janky. It's fun. I can just figure skate, and it's fun. That's why I'm so excited for this. Once I actually get it, once I get this presentation. But we're just step by step. Just gotta be patient. So less brightness. I was thinking that more fade here, back to a little more. And let's get that angle back up 1 degree. It's also tough. I have like some color in our skater here to give it. The fact that she's just white, it's kind of hard to. You know, let's change her to a different color. How about that? That's a little risky. So modes, coat mode, and we're gonna pick a color. What color does she want to be? Color want to be. Okay, the ice is kind of blue, so let's make her. Red is a good start. She won't finish on red, but I think it's just a good. It'll give us some good contrast to. Instead of just having a white character on a white ice. Back and forth, back and forth. Not too red. Sure. And you know what? We could give her like a tail or something pretty easily, just for Because I wanted to have stuff attached to her that's gonna like float and like spin, kind of like usually the female figure skaters have like a little skirt, so it like spins cool looking, and I don't know what else. I've actually been watching figure skating lately just to kind of try to catch some things I'm missing. Okay, so we need a little bit bigger circle and a little bit bigger fade. Maybe less that. We're getting pretty dark on the brightness, but when it's pitch black like this. Oh yeah, I wanted to add a little bit of ambulance. Give her a scarf there, that's a good idea. I don't know why I can't see this pop up. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Well, then I gotta have something around her neck though, that might be tricky. If anything, like a ponytail. L2, R2, L1, R1, L2, R2. I'm getting bad spins. Why is that happening? Okay, we gotta fix that ASAP. Normally you can do some sweet spins. I wonder if I screwed something up here. I gotta be going fast. You know what I mean? Like that's the best part of figure skating is when you do like a triple axel. Okay, I think it's because my speed is too slow. Maybe the turn speed needs to go up. This for the jump. I think this camera is going to need to be zoomed in more. But we're going to have multiple cameras, multiple spotlights. I'm still just kind of perfecting this. What you up to, Benji? I think I saw you on Dreams. Okay, we zoomed the camera in. The spotlight was feeling pretty good. Maybe a little soft, more of a fade angle. Maybe even not so dark. Sure. See, now we're zoomed in. That's looking pretty sweet. But now what happens when we get kind of close? That's the question. This is kind of a general camera. I'll be able to, each individual camera that I place, I'll be able to change the zoom level. So if it's going to be an ice level camera, it probably won't be so zoomed in like this one. This looks freaking sweet though. Check this out. Okay, before I forget, it's too dark out. Like it shouldn't be this dark. And yeah, once I had more spotlights, it'll be even more light. But we want a little bit of ambient light. Maybe even just like 0.5 would be enough. Let's do 1%. Sky brightness, white light. And let's turn off the fog. For now. We might turn the fog back on, but... So, I need to turn that vignette off too. Where do I? See, now it's, you can actually see the outside. Could probably have a little bit more though. Let's go to 3% on that, and then I think we make the spotlight a little smaller, and then when we can start moving stuff around. 6%. Oh yeah, for the fighting RPG game. I'm guessing. Okay. So the next step, start working with some cameras. So my thought currently is, as far as the cameras go, there'll be certain zones that you go into. So even let's say we divide it into these 4 zones here, the 1, 2, 3, 4. The concept I'm thinking of doing currently is once you enter this zone, it'll trigger this camera that will zoom on you this certain way. So once you skate around and you go over to this zone, it'll automatically switch to a different camera, like a further away camera or whatever. And then once you come to this zone, it might be like a medium shot. So depending on where you skate on the ice, it'll keep changing the cameras. The spotlights will always be following you, so those won't really have to change, but it'll just be how to control when the camera changes, basically. And I'm even thinking, let's say you get closer, because it's not like you're gonna have a dude on the cameraman on the ice right here. So if anything, I'll have a camera maybe right here on the ground level. So let's say your skater comes over here, it'll automatically get into that zone. It'll switch to that camera view, and you'll have like an on ice view of the figure skater, almost like if you had front row seats, and do some tricks or whatever. And then eventually, if you leave that zone, it'll switch to a different view. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right so far, just trigger zones, because I'm pretty familiar with trigger zones, and they, especially if I use the grid here, like as you can see I have a grid right now. I could even rig it up. I could make 4 zones pretty easily right now if I wanted to, but I want more than that. So I guess that's my next challenge is making the trigger zones. But well, I guess before that, just I still have a little tweaking to do, which is what I'm gonna do right now. So let's play it again, see what we got. I'm having a hard time spinning. I don't know. I used to be able to spin really fast. I gotta figure what happened. No, we can figure that out later. Okay. I get so distracted in just skating around because it's so fun. So I think both of these we need to just kind of move them back and out a tad. Like this would be more realistic. It's not like there's stuff right above necessarily. Can you move more further back? Just trying to picture if you're a cameraman, if you were a spotlight, where would you be? I'm gonna have to narrow these. I think we, oops, narrow the spotlight a tad. I keep doing that. It's gonna be super tiny eventually. Let's go to 3. So it's looking good. Should we just rig up 4 zones for now? That's what we should do, because we can just add more zones. So I should make 1 zone, copy it 3 times. You look kind of down now. You look kind of out now. You look like you're down and now really out. Oh, crashes into the wall. Are you run from your mama? Are you run from your papa? Are you run from your mama and your papa? You gotta be running for gold. I dig for a gold mine. Okay. Anyway. Let's do that next. Okay. Let's make 4 trigger zones. Really, I just need to make 1 probably. And we're gonna go to grid snap 8. And if you don't use grids very often, if you use the floor guide and you go to 8, everything basically snaps to these squares that they give you for the floor guide, or what's it called? The floor, whatever. Okay, so gadgets. Trigger zone. What's going to be the best way to do this? We just try to center it. Looks about center. Scope into that bad boy. We got to change it to a square. And then, oh, actually, we don't want it there. We want it centered in these gaps here. So, I'm going to bring this way. And then we should just be able to resize it. About there. Actually, we should get in the center first. No, that's fine. Baby steps. So it really doesn't even have to be that perfect because it's gonna be too big anyway, and I'll just let it overlap. So just do that. Okay, should be good. A little bit longer this way. Alright, we're triggering. Just gotta go down a couple notches. That's why you gotta use the grid. Oops, one too many, apparently. And maybe we're gonna drop down a tad here. Wait, how big is our character? Nope. So, wish you could do a camera gets locked on the grid too. Whatever. You gotta go over this way one. Pretty close. I think once we copy and paste, we'll just be able to do it perfectly. I can deal with that. Might be a little over here. Yeah, okay, let's go. We'll try to drag it one more this way. Watch us just get lucky. It's perfect. Come on, baby. Ooh. Oh, but it's now it's... We got a little gap over here. I didn't make it big enough. Rah! It's alright, so we gotta scale it. Gotta make it... No. No. Now it's gonna be too big there. Just gotta bring it over here. Come on, just be perfect so we can just keep going. Yep, okay. It's almost perfect. Ooh, they're both almost perfect. So let's go 1 and 1. We're going to turn it from 8 to 1. Now let's do 2. One that way, one that way. Let's go back to 8. Come on. Still not enough. 2 more to the left. We've gone this far, might as well get it right. I'm gonna go 2 this way. 1, 2. Make sure to always go back to 8. I guess it just depends on what angle you're looking at, if it looks right or not, so. I'm spending too much time on this. Alright, so so we got one corner, so now I think all I have to do is just copy and paste this and we'll just line them up. Yeah. Let's do quick save first. Actually, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. A little dream break, you know. So where were we? Oh yeah, expanding these zones. By the way, if you're watching this and you ever have any questions or comments, you want to throw them in the comments, I'll definitely answer you. If you're stuck on something. Okay, so we got a grid snap on 8. We got our zone made, so we're going to copy it 3 more times. Let's see if we can't do this something like... Dang it. What just happened? Can I not copy and paste this? Clone. There we go. Ooh, was that a good one? I think it was like a perfect clone. For the perfect clone. Can I select both of these, I hope? No. Telling me I can't select them both? So that ends right there. That ends right there. I think that's good. I think I gotta go. Come on. I think I gotta go 1 over on this one. There's a better way to do this, but this is all I know right now. Come on, select the trigger zone. So it seems to end. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now, let's see if we can't look at these puppies, since we've already got them lined up. We're going to copy it and carefully drag them this way. And hopefully we get a perfect placement. Here it is. Gee. These. We're going to go up 2. bad. How about this one? So that one is right on the nuts. Right? Yeah, okay. One more. And that's gonna have to work. There might be a little gap that we're missing, but okay, so there. This ends right pretty much there. Oh shit, why is it higher? Oh, are they all like that? Oh, whoops. Well, I think I noticed that now, so we gotta lower all these. I didn't realize they weren't actually touching the ground. Okay, so that's better. So just one full 4. Yep, so what I'll do is I'm just going to grab all the trigger zones. Make sure that I have 4 items grabbed. So I got 4 items over here. So I'm just going to drag them down 1. And we should have, oops, somewhat decent grid of 4. God, why is this such a pain? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good enough for now. If we have to tweak things, we will. Oh, you know what? Actually, I should have done this earlier, I bet. I could do this. Zones. God. Imagine how much easier that would have been if I would have turned that on. But I think we did it. I think we actually lined it up about perfect. Yeah, baby! You just gotta trust in the system, you know? Oh, there's a little tiny gap right here, maybe. Ooh, that could be a problem. Or is there a gap? Or is that an overlap? It's an overlap, I think. Cool. So now, theoretically, we're going to rig up 4 cameras, and each camera will be triggered by a different zone. So whichever zone you're in, thanks. Whichever zone you're in, it'll trigger that certain camera. It works on paper. Let's see if I can pull it off. You know, don't see why I couldn't. Let's do a quick save. So, we gotta kind of go back to our camera and our spotlight over. Yeah. Remember, they're just following that around. We're gonna make this even smaller. I feel like I keep doing that and it keeps going back up. Alright, so we can keep this camera here maybe. Well, no. So this camera, we won't edit it too much. It'll be kind of our basic camera, I'm thinking. So if she comes down here like this, I gotta make sure to see. Okay, so things have changed. Alright. So if she's gonna be in this zone, I have to be able to see the whole zone. So maybe we'll rotate everything clockwise. Let's say there's dude cameraman over here. So I think if she skates over here is where this trigger zone would be. She's too slow still. Maybe that's why I can't spin. Hold on. I don't know what I did when, like, somehow I screwed up her speed. Oh. It's looking pretty cool. Okay, yep. So this is worst. This is sweet, alright. So now, let's rig it up right now. Actually, we could probably rotate it a little bit better, just for the sake of principle. Maybe even zoom in a little bit. Let's just rig it first. So to do this, we gotta scope into the camera probably. Oop, didn't do that. So we're on our camera here, alright. We're gonna keep this open. And we're gonna go to the zone we want it to be in. Ah! Get me out of there. In this case, it's this zone over here. So we're just gonna simply detected. Detected. Okay, I think it's this one here. Okay. I think it worked. Okay, so let's go back to that zone over there. Yep, we did it. Let's test out the zone perimeter a little bit.
You looking kind of down now. You looking kind of out now. You looking like you're down and out. Really out of here looking for gold. Are you running from your mama? Are you
We did it.
running from your papa? Are you running from your mama and your papa? You gotta be running from gold.
I almost think maybe we should make one zone not even a camera and you can just have that free cam. That was kind of fun. Sweet, so that worked. We're off to a good start. So that controls that. Before I continue, what was I saying? Okay, we've heard that song a few too many times, so I'm going to throw on maybe another tune. Actually, I'll delete everything when I do that. Alright, so I've got a bunch of original music that I've recorded in this game. How about this one? This is like a Western song, maybe a good dancing song. So now let's bring up another camera. So I think we're probably going to copy and paste this puppy over here. So because this one was controlled by that, then we're going to do one over here and it's going to control this zone. Yep, okay. So what do we want this one? The further one way or the closer one? Let's make this one the far one. Okay, and then zoom into the camera. Keep that open. Same thing here. We're going to scope into this. We got to pop up right there. Detected. And it's going to control the power. Swing, and then this one, thinking because we're so far up, zoomed in. Is that as far as I can zoom? Are you serious? Oh no. Maybe it'll just be a far away camera. So that's controlled by that. So now we should have two zones. It's kind of hard to tell which one's which, but.
Well, it's sundown in my town.
Oh, dude, it's
There's
working.
people standing round. Shit's
It's
going
working.
down. So
It's
stand
working.
up in the alley, down the back roads.
So eventually we'll go out of the zone pretty soon, and now we're out of the zone. Oh yeah, okay, okay. This is working exactly as I planned. Excellent. So where do we start again? Camera, camera. Where's the spotlight? Blind? Oh, it's gotta be. Alright, so we got. This is looking at that zone, so. I'm gonna copy and paste this. And we're gonna do the zone that we're at right now. But I'm thinking we're gonna get close. Get right in the action this time. Something like this. Right? So this is. That. Alright, so we're going to scope into this camera. Bring up that again. Go to this zone. Covers my shit up again, whatever. Click that onto that. And since I'm pretty sure that's going to work, let's just do the last one before we try it out again. Got one more zone. Should we get really close this time? Maybe ice view? Yeah, okay. Just can't get too close. Not too far. Okay, and pop this up. Looks like a broken record, I know. Oops. I think this is the right one. Detected. Power off. And if I did that, oh, doesn't look like it. Oh, there we go.
Well, it's sundown.
Ooh, here's the close
In
one, I
my
think.
town,
Oh, not yet.
there's people standing around. Shit's going down. It's a stand up in the alley.
I'm doing this one-handed, by the way.
Down
One
the
beer.
back roads of a windswept valley. Two gunfighters. On one's fatter, but he was smarter. Now they both are dead.
Oh, here's a close one.
Declare your victim.
Oh, man.
The
Oh.
smart fat one or the skinny fool. Nothing to stop him. Going rotting in the bottom of a 6 foot hole. Take their pistols, take their silver. Nothing to stop you. They both are dead. We ride through the back roads, through the plains until our horses are lame. We ride on.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's go back over there.
Ride on.
Thanks.
It's sundown.
It's gonna get way better now.
My town.
I think we're gonna get them all
People standing round. Shit's
a
going
little more zoomed in, probably. We'll keep one zoomed out.
in the alley, down the back road of a windswept valley. Two gunfighters. On one's fatter, but he was smarter.
Oh yeah. Love it. Love it. Save it. Do it. So, yeah. Let's go back to these cameras. We're gonna make them all a little more extreme. So this one was pretty close. Let's make it even closer. Come on. Okay. That's a really high one. No? Careful. Shit, zoomed on all the way. I wish you could zoom more. Mhm. I don't want it to be all generic though. Let's get this one. Something in the middle a little bit. That might be the trick. Let's go, yeah, it's like not early access anymore.
Well, it's sundown in my town. There's people standing round. Shit's going down. It's a stand up.
Yeah, I was reading about that. I mean, I guess it was about time.
Of a windswept valley. Two gunfighters. On one's fatter, but he
I think I missed one. Oh, there we go.
Now they both are dead, Mr. Mayor. to stop them. Going rotting in the bottom of a 6-foot hole. Take their pistols, take their silver, nothing to stop you. They both are dead.
Oh shit, there we go. That's a cool view. Yeah, dude. This is great. I still gotta fix the spinning though. Let's check that out real quick. I used to be able to be spinning like a madman. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Still seems a little slow. Shouldn't matter. Maybe it was this stuff. Stumpiness, that was a little bit lower. That was a little lower. That might be it. These are all the settings, by the way, if you're curious. A lot of different tweaks, and took me a long time to kind of get where I am now as far as like how this skater handles. Oh, she gets all glitchy right in the center ice there. So here's a different song of mine. Okay. Yes. It's awesome. So we're doing spotlights next because I feel like we got our 4 cameras rigged. I'm happy with them. We'll definitely be tweaking all of them a bunch, but right now they're kind of giving us the full idea. You know, one last thing actually for this cameras, then definitely go on the spotlights. Let's spotlight. This one looks like the farthest away. We're gonna go even further away and even a little zoomed out. Just to give people a little scope, a little sense of scale, you know.
Kids going down, it's a stand up.
Yeah, here it is right there. And that's still cool looking, ain't it?
Down the back roads of a windswept valley, 2 gunfighters.
Oh man, the more I play, the better I get too. I'm just getting in the groove.
Now they both are dead, Mr. Mayor.
Look at that shit.
The smart fat one, or the skinny fool, nothing to stop him. Going rotting in the bottom of a 6-foot hole. Take their pistols, take their
Gotta fix
silver,
that.
nothing to stop you. They both are.
Oh, we still haven't jumped yet.
We ride through the back roads of the plains until our horses are lame. We ride on.
Get too distracted. It's ridiculous. Okay, so spotlights. So that one might be good. It's too. The spotlights have to be in the center a little bit more. They can't be out like that. It was getting all wonky. So we're gonna just bring her in. Maybe let's do 3 spotlights for now. So 1. 2. Come on. 3. Oh, check Check it out. We got triple spotlight, baby. Just that easy. So I could have those spotlights different colors if I want, different sizes and different everything really. 3 seems like a good number. Let's try 2 just to see. Let's turn off that middle one. Let's turn the power off for now. How many do they usually have in a real figure skating? I don't know.
Well, it's sundown in my town. There's people standing around. Shit's going down. It's a stand-up in the alley, down the back roads of a windswept valley. 2 gunfighters. One was fatter, but he was smarter. Now they both lie dead, Mr. Mayor.
Alright, let's go back to 3, even though that was cool. And for the hell of it, let's start going different colors. Just slightly different colors for now. Let's do blue guy. I should probably keep those up, but whatever. Keep one of them white. Yeah, it's a good start. So now I wonder if we turn the actual ambience down, turn the actual light down a bit. Now it's really, now you can't see the background anymore. Oh, you can see the, that's cool.
Well, it's sundown in my town. There's people standing around. Shit's going down. It's a stand-up in the alley, down the back roads of a windswept valley. 2 gunfighters. One was fatter, but he was smarter. Now they both lie dead, Mr. Mayor. Declare your victor, the smart fat one, or the skinny fool. Nothing to stop him.
I just get sucked in. I forget I even stream. I'm even streaming.
Take their pistols, take their silver. Nothing to stop you.
I can dig this though. This is sweet. Get like a crowd environment going. Okay. Gotta raise this a little bit. Maybe raise them all. It's getting some weird circles, getting too close to the ice, I think, with the spotlight. Man, it gets all, probably shouldn't start you right in the middle. Here, let's change that. Let's get a good starting spot in a neutral. I like to be able to see the stadium a little bit more, I think. Let's turn up the sky. Let's compromise at 2%. You can give it a little bit of a bluish, tiny bit of a blue hue. So eventually I'll be adding more camera angles, more zones, probably some kind of presentation, some kind of score system, a certain, like an option to change your songs, maybe choose a song before. And also, there's these gate things here. I was thinking of maybe having you come out from one of these, like to start. You can kind of like gladiator style, where you can hear the people cheering, and then you come out here, and then you just go at it. Just start doing some sick tricks. Just killing it. Center zone the camera, yeah. You're right. That fixes it. Still have certain ugly pints, I think, but the 6 foot Sue.
Take their silver, nothing to stop you. They both are dead. We ride through the back roads of the plains until our horses are dead. We ride on. We ride on.
Just feeling pretty good.
It's sundown. Eat my town.
But I don't know, I'm kind of back to, I'm to the point now where I got to start brainstorming. And just kind of tweaking stuff. Not very entertaining on the stream, but I think I covered a lot of stuff there. Pretty proud of it. So I think we'll probably just finish with one more jam. Let's do a whole new song in here. One final jam, and then we'll conclude the stream. Another original. Why not? Fuck it. I won't get sued. Okay, here's a really a really sad song about my best friend. Rest in peace. Here we go. Clever Trev. Thanks for tuning in.
Remember good times we had, friends through the good times and the bad. Remember places we go, venture, discover the unknown. But we couldn't see. Some things wouldn't be on the map. Remember troubles we made, battles, valuables we braved. Remember the bike trails we'd find. Hills were like mountains we'd climb. We couldn't see. Some hills wouldn't be on the map. Remember, best friend is rare. Someone to listen, to care. Remember your best friends today. Tomorrow they might go away, and you'll come to see something shouldn't be on the map.
Bravo. He bows. Takes a bow. Take another bow. And then you just head off into the shadows. There's a gate around here somewhere. I can't find it. Thanks, bro. But yeah, you could just... Anybody can do it. Plug your own song in there and just dance to your own music. Oh yeah, here's the gate. So then we just end scene here. We just leave the gate. End scene. The score. The judges are like 10 out of 10. Psh, ah. And then that's it. And then that's how it ends.